With today's tips, you can easily take your pictures from this to this and get any face to look like a model face in photos. If you saw a difference, then let me show you how you too can look picture perfect in just 5 steps. And I will make this very easy for you. So stick around till the end because I have something very special to share with you about my upcoming image coaching classes. I am Parmita, Chicago-based image coach, and I help transform every aspect of a woman's confidence, from her personal styling to body language to your makeup skills, wellness, mindset, and even social media image, to help you create a mind-blowing personal brand that the whole world can recognize you by. I'm announcing my group image coaching session starting on this date. Information on that is linked below and more about that later. But for now, let's begin with the tips to give you a model face. Welcome to Blush with me. So tip number 1. Now notice that mostly your upper lips are slightly thinner than your lower lips. But if you see these model pictures, you will always notice that their upper lip is pouting. Like this, like rosebuds peeping out of snow. And this is how they do it. In my modeling days, I had actually seen some models practically lifting their upper lip like this and placing it on top of their lower lip, making them appear bigger than their lower lip. Your lower lip almost cushions and supports your upper lip to make it appear more pouty and fuller. You can actually even do it without physically lifting your upper lip, just like this. Just make sure you don't overdo it because that can look like a lip job gone wrong. We don't want that. Lips are the most sensual organ that you can actually expose. When you do it ever so slightly in your pictures, it can definitely look more attractive because it's not just making your upper lip look more pouty, but it also narrows your chin and it creates a better V-shaped face. Talking about V-shaped jawline, here comes my next tip. So in my second tip, you will learn to create a more chiseled jawline appearance in pictures even if you don't have it. Now, mostly you will notice people turn their face to an angle. Just turning your face to an angle is not enough. Tilt your head slightly and this instantly defines the shape of your jawline, even if it is usually hidden behind your cheeks or your double chin area. You see, now it's not there, but now it's there. If I actually look straight, it looks pretty odd if this is how I'm going to pose for pictures. But if you are doing this at an angle, so this is your straight face, turn it to an angle, tilt it. There you have it. Works, right? So most people with any face shape can actually create a more defined face structure in pictures just by turning your face to an angle and then tilting your jaw slightly forward and upward, like so. You can also feel your masseter muscles by clenching your teeth and feeling a slight bulge at the end of your jaw. Now, for people who already have a more defined face structure, you don't need to do it. Especially when men do it, it looks very sexy in pictures. But even for women, if you have slightly round face or you don't really notice your jawline naturally, then try doing this. So just clench your masseter muscles slightly here, like this. So you turn, tilt, and you see? So with age, the fat on your face starts to distribute unevenly on your face. This is also a reason why your face starts to appear more asymmetric or more uneven in photos. The trick of pushing your jawline slightly forward definitely helps. But if you have been watching my jaw massage techniques or face exercises, then some of the massages would be extremely helpful in creating more naturally defined, that V-shaped jawline. For instance, this is a guasha and it is designed to fit perfectly with my facial contours. I know a lot of you will have questions about what is it and how to use it. I promise that video is coming soon, but in the meantime, if you want your own 100% authentic handcrafted jade or rose quartz guasha, then I will link it in my description. This brand is called Jade and Gua, and I absolutely love it because I've tried quite a few different brands and there are a lot of fakes out there. So this one is really good. It remains cold. It really massages your facial contours to define them naturally. All my students use this one in our face yoga classes, so it is a good idea for you to keep one set handy in your bathroom for a quick massage every day. This is a part of my daily facial massage. Okay, so for tip number 3, if your chin is very close to your neck, then both your chin and your neck will look heavy. But the moment you separate your chin away from your neck and bring it closer to the camera, it'll automatically make your neck appear much slimmer and also your chin. And it disappears your double chin too. Now, understand this rule. Anything that is closer to the camera will appear bigger, and anything that's further away from the camera tends to look smaller. So when your neck moves away from your chin on the camera, it appears slimmer. See? Now, if you see this from a side, it will look very odd. I look like a giraffe. But if you're doing this leaning into the camera, looking towards the camera, it totally works. Like I mentioned earlier, it even reduces the appearance of your double chin. So this is before. There's no definition in your neck, chin, jaw, nothing. Now watch this. A good portrait is a combination of few different elements that make your picture attractive. Posing your face definitely helps you look more confident in pictures and grabs attention. But apart from that, there are other things like your expression, capturing a mood, body language, your lighting, your clothing. All of these together make a picture complete. I myself learned photography from New York Film Academy, and although I topped my batch there ages ago, I believe there is so much more to learn from upcoming new photographers every day. One such successful photographer is Justin Bridges. He is one of the photographers who has created some amazing classes on Skillshare. Skillshare is an online community that offers thousands of inspiring classes for curious and creative people on a huge list of topics including graphic designing, photography, filmmaking, music, creative writing, freelancing, and a lot more. On photography alone, I have found over 4,000 classes on Skillshare. Now, I have been practicing skills that I learned by attending classes on photography, entrepreneurship, home decor, and my kids are also attending some music classes on Skillshare. Now, if you get to learn so many topics that you are curious about for less than $10 a month, then I think that is a fabulous subscription fee. Now, members on Skillshare get an unlimited access to thousands of inspiring classes. I think these hands-on projects bring more accountability factors to complete all the challenges and tasks that are given to you. Most of the classes are under 60 minutes with short lessons that can fit any schedule. For instance, Justin Bridges, each lesson is just about 2 to 6 minutes long, but every lesson has a unique topic about using natural lights in photography to create more drama.
We have some interesting wood with some coloration and some detail, and we have a mirror that's a little dirty, which I kind of like. We can still make it dramatic by working with her body language, her expression, and also shooting a little bit less exposed than we were shooting in the other room.
I recently tried some of his tips on mirror photo shoot myself, and here are the results. So I have been learning and following some of the points that he mentioned in these classes. If you too want to explore more about natural light photography, then definitely check out his classes and many other classes that interest you. Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth because these classes are designed for real life. Like I said, it is less than $10 a month with an annual subscription. They are always launching new premium classes, so it is a must-have for me. Skillshare has a very special offer for Blush With Me family. The first 1,000 people to use the link that you will find in my description below will get free trial of Skillshare Premium membership. Thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video and making learning easy and interesting. Tip number 4 is to raise your eyebrows. Now, raising your eyebrows almost instantly creates more space for your eyes to look more attractive. But again, it is just like lips. If you overdo your eyebrows, you can look like a deer caught in the headlights. Raise your eyebrows, but raise them just about enough so you don't see the folds on your forehead. So this is not what you should be doing. So I really want you to practice this in front of a mirror to find that sweet spot for yourself. So this is my face when I completely relax my eyebrows, right? Now this is when you overdo it. So this is not what I mean when I say raise your eyebrows. Now find that little spot right in between. So you see, I did raise my eyebrows. It does create more space for my eyes. And you don't see the forehead wrinkles. Now for tip number 5. When you are talking about self-photography or self-portraits, you cannot ignore the importance of selfies. I very commonly see people make this mistake when they look at themselves on the screen while taking pictures. Instead, try to look at the lens when you're taking selfies. When you do this, your eyes will not only appear bigger, but also connect more with your audience. When someone looks at that picture, it looks like they are looking into your eyes. So if you thought Parmita always talks about eye contact in a person as a part of her big body language impression, then remember, most of the times people are seeing you through your pictures on social media. And if your eyes connect with theirs, you will draw them into the picture, making them more interested in you. I bet at this point a lot of you picked up your phone to check out your profile pictures on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Tinder, wherever. Now, while you are checking out yourselves on these platforms, maybe it's a good time for you to look up Blush with me-Parmita and follow me on Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, TikTok, Amazon. I am not on Tinder, so you won't find me there. I host live sessions on Amazon very often, so I welcome you all to join me there. You will find my past and upcoming live streams in the description below, so definitely follow me on Amazon too. For instance, I recently hosted a live stream where I talked about all the 5 stars must-have affordable self-photography gear. So if you're watching my today's video and you're interested in understanding how you can look better in pictures, then it's not just your angles, it's also some of the gears that can help you look better in photos. So do check out that video, and if you have any suggestions, please write them down below so I can come up with those videos that you want to watch. YouTube is a fantastic platform for me to share all the information that I usually do, but a lot of you who reach out to work with me one-on-one or even in my group workshops, then you can find all of that information about my upcoming image coaching sessions that are starting on this date in my description below, and also on my website www.parmitakatkar.com. So in today's video, I talked about posing your face to get that model face. Now your question of the week is, what do you want to see next? Posing your hands confidently in pictures or posing your legs? I am very excited to see all your comments, your questions, your requests, and all of that in the comment section below, because this is where I get my ideas, my inspiration to create more content just for you. If you're a new subscriber to Blush with me-Parmita, then please drop a hi and introduce yourself in the comment section below. I am Parmita from my YouTube channel Blush with me-Parmita, signing off for this week, but I will be here next week so you can again blush with me.